Miramar.
Let's get into it then. It's going to be game at number 45 as we head over to the commentary team here for all of the action from Phase 2 here. Week 4. Let's get to it. Pansy, Demon, take it away.
Thank you. Yes, here we go. The final day of the week. We're going to reach that halfway stage, game 48. Where will the teams stand, of course, with 4 weeks to go? Honestly, anything could still happen in terms of points. While we do see the top sort of 4 separating themselves, we could have, I mean, there's some big changes that could easily happen. I don't know, anyone could fall off. We'll see how it works out. Razor Edge making an adjustment straight away. Not only their player, if you've just joined us, it is going to be, once again, Frolica standing in for X-Chris today. And they're going down to Porto Paraíso. The plane doesn't really give them the chance to go up to Cruz del Val.
No, it doesn't. But this is one of the backups, and they were discussing how they approach circles depending on where it comes into, how do they rotate, which approach do they use. But honestly, today is the final day where I'm going to be really staring at TSM for me.
Yeah.
This is the team that's kind of being the gatekeeper into that top 5, that sort of position, right? And everyone else is seemingly stepping up, especially with Razor Edge. They have the caveat today of not having their main roster. Obviously, Frolica is doing really well. I don't want to say anything bad about the guy. He's had to step in last minute, completely unaware, and he's really holding his own. But for me, TSM, excluding Gustav, they have been completely absent from the kill feed in the good way, at least. And positioning-wise, sure, they do kind of push up there, but they've just been static. They have not been kind of pushing further forward. And we're seeing the teams within that top 3 spot consistently doing well now.
And if I'm not mistaken, Yannick is not here this weekend.
Maybe.
I feel he's been a big part of it. They have had 2 really bad days.
Yeah.
I believe they only got about 6 points yesterday.
And I
think they were one of the lowest teams.
And I think those might have just come from Gustav's kills, potentially. I'm not 100% sure. I'm
yeah,
sure the devs
maybe.
could
I'm
look into that.
not too sure. I know it was really low. Well, day 1, obviously, Gustav had that solo play.
Yeah.
And Michael got themselves into 2nd place as well on Sosnovka. But yeah, Razor Edge have really been stepping it up this week. It's been a good week, obviously picking up yet another win for themselves and picking up a lot of kills in those games, which is more importantly actually, because it used to be that Razor Edge would pick up a win, but they'd come out with like, I don't know, like 6 kills in it because they got lucky. Wasn't luck yesterday. They played very, very well in the games. In fact, not just yesterday, the last 2 days.
Yeah,
there's a team that has been absolutely phenomenal though. Na'Vi, once again proving, you know, Miramar, Erangel, they'll take wins, and they are so good in fights. They have been the most impressive, most improved team this phase, no doubt about it.
And the crazy thing is they're a new roster.
Yeah.
You know, it's the amalgamation of 2, and obviously if you looked at Phase 1's results for those 2 teams, it pales in comparison to what they've achieved under this roster. So for me, they are the surprise of the season. I don't think coming into this, everyone would have said, yes, straight away, first team.
I didn't know myself.
I think people would have thought they did well, but
I suspected because of the roster, because you saw obviously
you see the potential.
Aduzi and Bestlosh had done amazing in Red Diamonds, and you know Senya was a great game leader because Joker's finished what, 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
They were pushing for the Grand Slam, not the Grand Slam, the Global Summit.
Yeah.
But you just didn't know. You just didn't know how they were going to gel.
Exactly.
I mean, Pokemon Moldo is like without doubt is obviously a fantastic player that was there before, but you've no idea when a new team forms. And honestly, I will be the first to put my hands up and say, when I saw the Razor Edge roster change, I was just like, what in the hell is this? Like, it was a team that was starting to develop, I felt, at the end of Phase 1.
Yep.
And I just thought, this is a completely sideways, if not a backwards move. But I was completely wrong, because it has been a great move, it seems. Certainly turned out very well. And they've absolutely stepped up and delivered it. Obviously, we're at week 4, so any of those new rosters, this is where they really should start to be coming into their own. We've passed the honeymoon periods or the time where they've had to gel together. They've had 40-plus games of officials and obviously all the practice you have alongside it.
Yeah, and the other team for me as well is Digital Athletics. They're a team that were kind of surprising people. That, you know, the way they were crazy centralizations, and you know, after that kickoff cup,
crazily,
exactly after the kickoff cup, people were like, "Oh, we actually really have to pay attention to these guys." I feel they've kind of fallen off the boil a little bit there, not by a large margin, but just slightly fell off that kind of edge they had. I think teams have worked them out. You can't just keep pulling that same old trick. But Vitality pulling up on this one. Unity are on the other side of this.
Well, they know it's going to be Unity. They've clashed so many times in these sort of similar circles, and Unity have often come out quite badly, but Orange Snow is right up there in terms of kill leaders. He's been leading the charge for Unity, but they've got a Tizeran off quite an off angle. Don't really know how far away he is. Seems like he's quite far, and I think, yeah, Vitality have realized this. This is actually not a good situation for them because they have that crossfire, but then Samty gets involved.
Yeah, and Liquid, I always feel like we never need to talk about them because they're always seemingly around. You know, they're always within that top 3. Where everyone knows these players, everyone's a fan of them. You know, there's no need. And they're all really doing very well early on. This is nice from Liquid. With a circle like this, it's perfectly put them in a good position. They seem to be engaging well to start with. I think yesterday's games on Miramar, they did get caught out a couple of times. Some of those hefty rotations really put them under the gun. This time, maybe trying to take some early fights, but not overextend. They are quite split up, though. It's kind of a 2-1-1.
They're massively spread. They're massively spread at the moment. And obviously, with the circle centering close to Picardo, they're feeling pretty confident in their backyard. But got to be careful that doesn't bleed into overconfidence and overplaying a situation or underplaying it. Reciprocity just trading a couple of meds, etc. out, and La Bendita, they will make the way in closer now. Just a little scout of it. Scoom looks like he's going to be the lead bike, checking things out. His little slides down the hill. It's all right. It's all right. TSM, very split, by the way. They were coming in. I think they were just keeping an eye on what was going on with Vitality and Unity there.
And I do wonder how much of that coach role does play a role in this because they are still somewhat of a new roster themselves as well. They've had a couple of changes here and there for them. Keeping that together could a coach's input could really help out.
How have Winstrike been able to get there before FaZe? Winstrike later on plane path came up, sort of put a Paraiso up that way to El Pozo. They've just been really late looting there.
I think FaZe as well took their time on scouting. We've seen that more and more often, especially on Erangel. I think it's a little bit more.
They've just left Monte Nuevo. There's not much scouting there.
Well, I think you kind of have to scout at this point.
Winstrike have literally passed them.
But is that a good thing? If Winstrike just barreled in,
maybe,
I mean, for me, I'm glad to see FaZe being a little bit more meticulous on rotations, even if it is just pushing out of Monte Nuevo, because with a circle centralizing like this, you know you're going to have teams around. The Knights often play this sort of side of things. You'll know there's potential for DA. Even though DA are actually further out, you can get up there, pop a car near it or something. I don't think anyone's going to go for it.
It's a worthy crate.
Oh, it is.
There's 2 crates here. That's a double. That's a double crate by G2. Are they going to get either of them? I don't know. No, it looks like they're going to rotate past them. Oh, no, they've got one. They've got one of them. Okay, I think they've missed out on that last one, though. But M19 coming around. That's just going to be the other side of FaZe Clan. You can see pretty much everywhere it is. You have the map. It's great. We don't need to explain it when the map's
look
like
at that
this.
Vitality, TSM, Reciprocity, G2, NIP. A little bit of a cluster over there. That's actually pretty hefty.
Yeah, Nip coming out pretty late as well. Obviously, precariously moving down from San Martin. G2 may well just bump straight into the back of them if they continue on their path. Slowly but surely checking it out. Where's it going to go then? Will we see some sort of Picardo finish? I don't think I've seen it there. It's going to pull away from Los Leones, I reckon. Maybe we've seen it centering between Kumisera and Los Leones so many times. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see it go that way.
I'm still worried about Liquid spread. Look at that.
It's a very confident one, that's for sure.
CrowCrowd, I guess, are doing a similar sort of thing as well, very close by. It just makes me nervous. They're very, very capable individual players, and I guess they've kind of zoned off this huge area. But I don't think there's trades available. I don't think they can easily do that, especially at this point. Teams aren't doing these 2-2 splits as much. They aren't going alone as much anymore because people are crashing compounds these days.
James is moving. Yeah, and we've seen, obviously, a lot of people getting caught out this way now. Even 2-2s are starting to get pressured and pushed. Yeah. Okay, rotation. Razor Edge starting to creep their way in. Starting to move. Everybody looking to get mobile. James is just scouting out, having a little look around. Has a look towards the top. Sees CrowCrowd up there. So seeing one person, okay, that's quite a shift. It's not too bad.
Well, the problem in my eyes is that Vitality, TSM, Reciprocity, G2, these teams are going to have a really rough rotation route in purely because you have Team Liquid being very greedy. They're going to have to consolidate now. You cannot stay this spread out. I mean, we saw, I guess, Korean teams doing this if you want to look way far back.
See, Gemty's about to get crashed. Gemty's about to get crashed, I think. I think Knight's coming towards him. Yeah, he's pulled out of it straight away, but he sees them coming in. Now tries to get a bit damage down, just a little hello into his vehicle. Away he goes. Going to back away from that one. So the Knights realize that compound's good. I mean, it's good scouting. They're going to still stick with a 2-2 here. It's quite ballsy for Liquid, I think.
We'll see. We'll see if it bites them in the ass. It's, you know, it's one of those with hindsight. It's like, oh, it was fine. It's
CrowCrowd
like
done similar, DA done similar. Everybody's going for these big 2-2s, wider spread, but they've sort of consolidated a little bit more. Thriftily goes down. The Knights, they're just a small accident in their own compound as they try and reposition vehicles, it seems. Vitality Arkham barreling in. They're going to be on the south side of Picardo, so no too bad for them. But TSM Reciprocity, they are parallel going down Los Leones' way.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's see where we got. We've got TSM and Reciprocity just right by each other's side, almost parallel kind of rotations in. The others went up north, so I'm not sure how well that's going to go for them. This is it, right? This is the fun thing of the choices they make. So you had NIP and G2 both going north. Now they get to fight with Na'Vi, and Na'Vi are very good at this sort of spot. We've seen them here quite often. They kind of pull in from this way, especially with that flight path. I don't know about TSM and Reciprocity. They're going to be playing this very, very late. I think someone found a stat. I was having a look at Haxetti spent like the most time in the blue of everyone so far. So it's not surprising they are way far out there. There's plenty of space on the edge of this circle. People have really tried to centralize.
I thought with Raise Your Edge would be up there in the blue sort of stats, but apparently not. NIP just chose, by the way, to go swing it right around the top of Paragrid San Martin way. So they've decided to reposition. It's worked out well for them, it looks like. They're going to find themselves that warehouse compound. Na'Vi getting themselves a nice crate there, an AUG, and everything that goes with it, standard level 3 gear, etc. So, Circle, it's continuing to progress in a fairly similar pattern to what we've seen a number of times, which is why DA were kind of already settled there. They tend to be a Kumisera team, so they are pretty happy so far. Here's TSM and Reciprocity continuing their roll
Still
around
side
now.
by side.
TSM have come in on the main road ahead of them, and they are setting up just on the edge.
God,
so Reciprocity got to be careful now.
I really wish we could show you the map. If you guys don't have the map stream up, you can just appreciate how wide this 2-2 is from Team Liquid still. And it just makes me nervous seeing it. They're perfectly fine, but...
They actually got pushed by Vitality, that's why. James and, is it Ibi that's down the south side? They actually got pushed away. They were up here, and Vitality came in and forced them away. So.
Welcome to 2-2s. But a lot of teams are doing it. I mean, you've got DA doing the same, Raise Your Edge doing the same. Where are Unity? There's only 2 of them. Oh, no, they are all there. They are all there.
Yeah. 3, yeah.
I don't know. It just makes me very, very anxious at this point, because a lot of attention is going towards James and the boys. So to see them in this sort of spot, TSM is still trying to find their position. They're still kind of working their way in from the last circle. Reciprocity still out in the blue. So
this is the church that Na'Vi were in. They won from yesterday. This is the same compound that they're just taking shots through. Reciprocity. Someone's getting the blue stats improved because they have flipped there.
Got to be first in something.
Yeah, so here we go. Is it going to yoink downwards? No, it goes upwards. That's a big northern swing. Winstrike are laughing. So are NIP. Their rotation's been brilliant, and it's worked out well. They can just leapfrog over the road. There's no one here. They've got a choice of compounds.
Oh, my God. That Na'Vi split is terrifying as well. Look at this. Considering where that circle's just gone, yeah, you can instantly see Bestel or Shapoka Molodoy, but you can't open up the old map stream if you want to see that. Well, they're instantly compacting. This southern side of the road is going to have a lot of teams on it.
There's already M19 FaZe, DA, and Winstrike on the south side of this road. They're going to have TSM, Reciprocity, ENCE all coming in behind them as well. Then obviously on the eastern side, you've got Unity and Team Liquid trying to find a home, actually. You know, it's ironic that there's 2-2. They went as wide a spread as they could, and it's just yoinked away from them twice.
It's really nice for NIP. This is lovely. I like that for them.
Yeah, their rotation has paid dividends. And, and really G2 as well. G2 up in the hills.
Anyone who went kind of north to west, I guess, got the best of that lot of east packs. You had TSM and Reciprocity kind of getting screwed. TSM have actually kind of been screwed by some of these
How wide are Unity going to go here, do you think? Because if they have to, well, if they don't go wider, they're going to run straight into G2. They're going to run straight into G2. So it's not going to work out too well for them yet.
That ground does not allow many teams to come past them.
Rick coming in the back of TSM every single time. Oh, they're going straight towards Michael.
Well, I think TSM might get some points.
They're going to look on this ridgeline and fight, I think.
Michael might. I think Michael's heard this as well. He's definitely heard something. He's looking that way.
He's too late. Get behind that. Get behind the rock, son. Don't go. He's crouching. He's hoping that a vehicle comes by, but he's realised it's a little too late. Wookie gets knocked. That's a good bit of play from them. Where are they getting shot from? Something red just hit them. That's M19 from the other hillside, miles away, that's starting to land some shots. That's Constantina Wanderer that are completely miles away from him.
TSM. Feels TSM, man. This is rough, honestly. They had Reciprocity, they jumped, I guess, ahead of Reciprocity in the rotations on the southern side, but I mean, what does it really matter when you get absolutely dumpster babied?
They tried to set the camp up and it backfired on them. So Reciprocity doing some good work there. Raise Your Edge decided to just go straight in. Obviously, with M19 fighting Reciprocity on those hillsides, they're going to try and come in near them. Dimash and Elite Player are ready and waiting, though. Getting close on their side. And as soon as they come towards the next ridgeline, they have DA and FaZe Clan to worry about.
Yeah, there's so many. ENCE are going off into the blue deeper. Not sure where they're going. Rustamar's going on an adventure that doesn't seem to end very well. We'll see how many meds they have. Reciprocity looking to try and find a home. Those bikes aren't finding much. I think Scoom's trying to pull up in a ditch, get anywhere they can. They are into the circle. Scoom might be just on the very edge of it.
And while that was happening, we were talking about Unity. They were pushing into G2. They have, and they've literally got Dastich, I think, is the last man standing for Unity now because they kind of pushed in there. Team Liquid actually went into the hills near Power Grid. So they sent it, tried to get out of there. Nades back and forward between M19 and Reciprocity. FaZe hearing the shots up in the hillside. Yet soon as someone silhouettes, they take a shot towards them. And that is another yoink of a circle. These are harsh circles, but Winstrike are loving life right now.
Yeah, Winstrike are in the perfect spot. Na'Vi haven't had to move much either, if I'm honest. They've played off them.
That's
NIP.
such a strong compound as well, because it has massive vision. You can see Na'Vi went down.
Look at all these teams in the south. My word, please open that map stream, or, I mean, maybe we could look at the map, but I mean, you've got so many teams converging on that southern side. Vitality's on the way over there. It's insane, and ENCE are just in the blue.
And they're dying to the blue. I mean, there's rotating and there's so much. I mean, Squeaky's tried to come in, but he's ended up right next to M19 and Reciprocity fighting. So the swing has not really worked out. Team Liquid have bumped straight into G2. That's not going well for them. They're trying to get around the hillside. I think Gemty and Samty, sorry, are going in trouble. They go down. So TL lose 2. They are going to find themselves an open warehouse if they keep on scouting and moving down, which is perfectly fine for them. But G2 are going to be still pushing behind.
Goodbye, ENCE. No one knows why they're out there. I don't even want to theorize.
I think Squeak is the last man standing.
Yeah, and he's kind of trying to shuffle in next to M19, but it feels like he might get spotted out pretty soon. Raise Your Edge are in trouble.
It's TSM from the blue.
Here. Yeah, TSM are keeping them busy, but if they step ahead, you've got Vitality and Digital Athletics. If we turn the camera, that's what you'd see. So Raise Your Edge might be done for.
And they're about to fight. Yeah, DA and Vitality, they're all piling into one another.
Yeah, this southern side, again, please open that map stream so you can see the gravity of the southern side. This is DA and Vitality. That's only one part of this. You've got Reciprocity who could swing back to the east and try and third party in on it.
This is a full pile in from Vitality. One nade will finish the entire team. I don't like it when they're so clustered. 6mo makes a run for it. They're really doing a great job at chasing them round here. Mert goes back around the side, hears them, sees them down, comes back in there. Oh, so close, Nasus. That nade's coming in, though. This is not good for Vitality. He catches a slice. Jazza goes down. 6mo pushes in. He gets Kramer down. And suddenly Nasus, the last man standing. I think he just got the revive off. Maybe no, because he couldn't stick it.
We have Nasus and Shadow standing. Nade being ticked again. This is a good nade. He's ticked it well, so they can't really run away too far. And there he goes. This is huge play from 6mo. He just destroyed. Wait, that nade from the grave.
So Nasus had chucked it before he died. Yeah. So life. So DA losing to Vitality out. The Knights are sending it along with Raise Your Edge. Sixy, I think, just spun him, didn't he? I didn't quite catch out what he worked, but Sigsy, he's got Menox, but he's way out in the blue, so Sigsy's going to be the last man for them. Meanwhile, CrowCrowd, they pushed in. Navi catching a little angle on them as CrowCrowd actually trying to third party. But third party themselves, a beautiful death will go down. DA fall out. This is getting very messy in the south.
Reciprocity have just kind of folded into this as well. We've seen Team Liquid just kind of battered and broken. I'm pretty sure they're down to just Jeans,
I think. Yeah,
yeah, these rotations, these positions have been questionable at best.
It's just been 3 hard shifts. That's what's basically screwed teams over. A lot of the teams kind of almost mind game themselves by everybody rotating this south side, and it's just caused a problem. There's a chance for a big nade here on the Knights.
Oh my word, the Knights. Yeah, they've got to be so careful. Reciprocity is starting to, actually frag out a bit too. As much as we've been kind of hounding them about their performance before, they had started to really come into their own. Reals did go down to Shiv, but you saw that kind of overwatch from M19 coming in, again sweeping through that southern side, trying to clear as they go. But FaZe Clan aren't far from the side, so they could certainly third party.
Yeah, M19 have been third partying as well. Rafi will fall down. CrowCrowd actually stealing that one away. The circle shrinks once again. Winstrike and Na'Vi loving life. It's gone back onto them, so their compound has worked out well, and IP's 2-2. That's a nade just went straight past Scoom's noggin. Has to duck himself down and heal up.
Yeah, this is such a brutal fight. Scoom's battering him. He's down to 13 HP, almost pretty much a one-shot here. But if he can make life harder for the Knights, why not do it? Get those points in the bag. He's safe from M19 for now. They won't go any further. That new circle, again, just continuing to go right towards the road.
James the Ninja got out.
I don't know how he's done this, but Scoom on the push now. He's got one player in front of him. Oh, wait, that's CrowCrowd from over the road.
Where's he going? Oh, he's going straight into NIP, I think. Oh, James. He's gone. So that's going to be 11th place for NIP. Nothing, really, for them. Considering the circle has finished just outside of Picado, it's not going to be happy territory for them. M19, they're on the move. They're going to be coming straight in towards FaZe Clan. And I don't really know how that's going to work out. Scoom's continuing to push on the Knights. He sees Reels, but the nade that Reels had already tossed does the work. And there's M19 catching a whole slice of Na'Vi, actually, that stole the kill away.
Well,
oh, that's dribbled in, Wanderer. You're dead.
Yep, definitely dead there. That's really nice work from FaZe Clan. Just basically holding this push down. Razor Edge trying to stay alive as long as they can. They're trying to deal with CrowCrowd coming over and a couple of other players. The Knights have finally fallen. Sigzy is doing a lot of work here as FaZe Clan just bombard the hillside.
Sigzy just smashed.
Gets right away, and it's going to be Fuzzface there. Basically one of the heaviest fraggers we've seen so far.
Sigzy just soloed CrowCrowd. That was a push from CrowCrowd coming over the road, and Sigzy just smashed them. That was beautiful. Elite player trying to run for it. Last man standing for M19. Na'Vi starting to get a little confident now. They've gone over the ditch. I like it. Senya's play. Look at this. He's gone to that little ditch side. We've seen it finishing here a couple of times before. So Senya, they held the compound, but Senya's gone for the ditch, which Winstrike actually have gone. It's a little shack there, if I'm not mistaken, that Senya is hiding around. And so M19, 7th place for them. G2 trying to work the way down the hillsides. They have got a knock on NIP, but of course NIP are in around the compounds.
This is a really big needed game for NIP as well. Currently sitting in 7th, but everyone around them is really starting to play well, so this could be a really good chance for them to get the points up.
TSM going out early,
exactly.
with
TSM going
Razor
down.
Edge still in it though.
Razor Edge are holding on, but you've lost out on Liquid. A couple of the other teams that are ahead of them. This is just nice room now for NIP to try and get some strides in the right direction.
So Udi is having a little peek around. It's G2 that's in trouble now. They have to figure out how they can come out of these hills. Circle's about to move into phase 6. Let's see where it will go. Oh, he's got the slightest of angles on the Udia's backpack there.
Where does this circle go? This is very polarizing now.
I think he's going to center up again. Yep, centers up.
Yeah, but look at this. This puts NIP under the gun because the ground they have to work with, I'm going to guess they still have vehicles because they haven't really been tested over there. That was where they came into, kind of, further along that road off the back of rotation. So I feel as though they've got to still have some vehicles there. But look at the ground in front of them. There's very little, and you've already got teams keeping them pinned. G2, nice shot back from Gaxi. Puts down Nadir, but you've got then Na'Vi to get past Winstrike. They all have vision on NIP's rotation route.
Yeah, G2 are in trouble, NIP are in trouble. Razor Edge still got to keep on creeping down as well. FaZe Clan happy along with Na'Vi and Winstrike, so we're going to see potentially some big four-man squad fights towards the end here. Winstrike, a team that absolutely needs points. They've been slipping down that table the last 2 weeks, so this could be big for them. Brixco does go down. I think that may be finished as well. Chris, he's got nowhere to go. I mean, this is a horrible situation for G2. They were living life in the hillside and hoping that it goes towards them, but the second it pulled away.
Considering where G2 started, and they were one of the teams that were stuck on the east with TSM, Reciprocity, they've probably come out the better of all of them. That shows that's where credit's due. I think at this point you've got to give them a little bit of something. I don't think they're going to make it much further than this, purely because of where they have,
This could be the center point, and it is a wide open field. Yeah. Senya did really well to get it across, but I feel it's going to go north. Okay, NIP are on the move. They're in the cars. Vard sending it. It's going straight towards Senya. They're going to try and get in towards the edge of the circle, and it gives them a slightest bit of cover, and Na'Vi really is the only team they have to worry about that side.
Okay, he's been spotted.
I say Na'Vi's the only team you've got to worry about. It's Na'Vi.
Yeah, exactly. This round, it feels like Kane's done for eventually, but he wants to see if he can leapfrog NIP, but NIP's plans worked out well enough that they've got to this position. I don't know who's going to have vision on this. I think
Taxi MBS.
Oh god, that's a bit risky. Gaxi, why have you taken so long? MBS,
get on the damn bike. He's like, I can't find the bike. I can't find it.
There's a nice little ridgeline that runs up there, though. That's not bad. If Kane can do some damage, that's the main thing. That's all Kane can try and do here. That blue kind of pushing forward.
Na'Vi, they thought about it. I think they were thinking about going over the road, but Razor Edge are continuing to put shots into the back of Na'Vi from the hillside. So Razor Edge have managed to creep in. Kane now the only person not inside the circle, so G2 probably going to be falling 6th place here as the blue chunks away at his health. So he's going to get that first aid off. Oh, no, just about. Yeah, okay, runs straight into the bullets, tries to get a kill, but doesn't work out.
Right, now we're down to the fun times. because Winstrike have everything. This should be probably the game for Winstrike.
Na'Vi just repositioned all their vehicles. So they're getting ready for the circle to pull away from them and realizing they may have to make a move.
That's some nice shots from Sigsy. He's been having a bit of a game so far as well.
Yeah.
He's been landing some big old shots. He dealt with CrowCrowd, as you said,
Oh,
and that's swung away from. So now it's game time. Raise your edge, kind of screwed.
Moving.
NIP are moving up. That's a really big point you brought up because Senya was going to be the springboard, the kind of, I guess, gateway in towards this side. But with Sigsy finding line of sight towards Pokemolodoy, this means so much pressure now goes towards Senya. Best he's sending it. He's trying to get in there. But this is a good spot from Sigsy. Everyone's looking towards Na'Vi.
And he's just going to push on down there now. The nades coming out. So that's why NIP got closer. They knew that that shack was going to be a problem. Then throwing the nades straight out. Bestlosh has managed to make it over, though. So he's trying to turn it back around.
Gaxi,
he has an ult. Gaxi, no helmet. No, I don't even think he has a vest on there. Oh, the nade comes in. Does manage to find it. Senya. Bestlosh is there, though. The support is coming. He gets inside and immediately gets taken down. And Gaxi's there. Na'Vi will fall.
Oh, this is big work for NIP. They basically guaranteed that side is there. Sure, Pokemolodoy is still alive, but he is so far away at this point. He's not in the new circle. Raise Your Edge and FaZe are the next ones on the chopping block, but NIP just took such control of that situation. That is a really good push from them.
FaZe is starting to make the way down the hillside. They've just got themselves a crate there. Menox has been dropped, so he's going to fall. Pokemolodoy will secure that one, but it is only 4 kills for Na'Vi, and now Pokemolodoy's got a choice. I don't know where he's going to go because he's got to get out of that ditch, and now you can see NIP starting to toss those nades over the hill. FaZe Clan, meanwhile, they got to move down that hill. It's a pretty exposed run for them down onto Winstrike, and they're ready. Winstrike, all 4 members have moved towards windows facing Winstrike. FaZe.
Yeah, I want to see what Ridgeline Mexi has. I think he's got a bit of like a dip behind the high ground, one of the peaks on the hill, so they should be safe enough for now. And basically, if you're FaZe, you're trying to pick up the points, trying to get up close. I don't think they're going to push any further than this, just because the terrain will allow them to be safe enough until it more than likely moves away from this again. They need a way in, so they need Winstrike to get either knocked or get knocked, and then it's go time.
Pokemolodoy on the run. Who's going to get him down? It looks like it's going to be FaZe from up on high. Former teammate Uber will take him down. Sigsy drops to the play zone. It's going to be a 4th place in the end. Oh, they just missed out on a point there. Raise Your Edge. Yeah, that was a little harsh. So Na'Vi will get 4th place. Still the leaders, of course. So FaZe, how do they deal with this situation? Where does the circle go?
Look at these smokes.
If it goes over the road, oh, they're going to push. They're going to push the building. This actually could be a sign for for NIP. They're looking at this. If NIP,
but they
don't need to move. They don't need to move. The circle's shrunk. They don't need to move over the road, but they may take this opportunity.
Yeah, it could be nice to get one player across. If you have, like, maybe get that rock just off the main road there. Try and give yourself, central point to work towards. But for now, FaZe Clan just need to prepare themselves. Get on the bikes. Get ready to go. Mexi's going. Here we go, Mexi sending it in. It's going to be who's down below. That's Temmie right there. So he's going to be on greeting this right at the window. Oh, he's gone out. That's insanity. Temmie just took down one. He's taking out Mexi. FaZe Clan was so underprepared for that sort of aggression, that madness coming out.
I was expecting the little underhand nades or something like that, which they have done this time. 80 goes down as well, so FaZe down 2. Uber and Fuzz try to push in. Fuzz is going to get himself in the vehicle. Mexi will be finished off. Temmie can just peek-a-boo. Uber's coming, gets a peek around, and Temmie has just stopped FaZe Clan in their tracks.
That is such a strong little wall there. That's allowed them so much room to play. And in the meantime, NIP have pushed across. They took the momentum. They saw what was happening.
That's NIP's nades coming to Fuzz, and that's going to catch him. That's going to catch the vehicle. There we go. Fuzz is gone. So NIP will take FaZe down. 3rd place for them, and that was a really nice timed move. Now, the problem is Winstrike didn't lose a man, and they hold the compounds, but it is simple brawling between buildings.
But circle-wise, position-wise, as much as NIP don't have that hard cover, if they don't feed, they're in a really good spot. Look at where Gaxi, Vard, and Miraku currently are. They're basically holding this pin, right? So it's very hard for Winstrike to find ways out to try and alleviate the crossfires that are going to be put into place. For why?
For why? I mean, it was Gaxi taking Na'Vi down, so we obviously have to see that. Oh, I didn't see that bit, though. I didn't see it turned on a doozy like that.
No.
But now we're back to the actual action.
I'd love to get on board with Winstrike because see what utility they have to work with here or something along those lines because they've been able to pilfer away whatever FaZe Clan had. So now NIP have pushed up. They've been the aggressors, but they need to not allow themselves to get traded on too effectively. So Miraku and Vard, great positioning, but they need to ensure that they trade back in.
Winstrike have not really had to do anything. They've not had to throw nades, so you've got to feel that they've got quite a few nades in the bags. Other than just with FaZe Clan coming in there, Now, Jorski and Tixu, they're trying to go for this flank. This is a really nice flank.
He's been spotted,
Sees VOD, gets a headshot down, though. Did a chunk of damage, doesn't have any utility
Spots
you can
Miraku,
see.
that's big. That's huge.
Gets a ping down.
Headshot.
The big spray down from Tixu is working wonders. Now Jorski makes the move. He gets the flank around, but he gets caught down, and now Miraku gets picked off.
Untradeable kills and excellent positioning from Winstrike so far, taking those wider flanks. Tixu has been a beast here. We're down to MBS, still trying to stay alive. He's got the nade in hand. Gaxi, Miraku have fallen. VOD! Oh, VOD! He gets down too as well. We're going to pretty much a 2v2 here.
He's getting pushed around the back. He has to deal with it, but MBS steps up big. Jorski's the last man standing, but so is VOD. The nade could come out, and of course NFP have nades. What else would they have? He's going to toss that one out. Flushes out, and the nade catches, and VOD pretty much, other than MBS solos, Winstrike. Massive play from NIP. Both teams really needing the wins, but NIP, who have had Raise Your Edge pass them by yesterday, suddenly find themselves a stepping stone to victory. And it was a really nice play in fairness. They looked at the situation. You could see it kind of building that if FaZe went for their push, they realized that somebody had to come down from below, so they impact and then moved on it.